Rachel,
Jazz?
are we doing this?
I think we are.
Ooh. Hi everyone, we are Women's Rules.
Welcome to our podcast. Our podcast is all about self-development, self-growth, advice, like all good things, like positive, and just basically how to become the best version of yourself, really.
Of course, and we are not telling you how to live your life. We are not saying the things we talk about are right or wrong. These are just things that have helped us in our lives,
Yeah, in our
day-to-day
journeys.
lives.
Yeah, totally. We love listening to these type of podcasts, and
Aha,
I think it's definitely conversations that we have just between ourselves. So we
yes.
thought, like, why not jump on camera and record them and give you all a little listen to our
Yes.
insights. We've got loads of different topics that we want to discuss. We've got so many plans for the podcast and where we want to take it. So it's so exciting.
Exactly. And again, the best part about this podcast is that women, you can make your own rules.
Yeah, that's definitely something that, like, when we were creating it, we're like, what should we call it and what do we want it to sound like? And I think women's rules, like, obviously this isn't just for women as
No.
well, like anybody can listen to it, but because obviously we are women, and we hope that we can, like, help women mostly, but if we can help anybody, like, that helps us,
Yeah,
doesn't it?
absolutely.
So yeah, it's all about writing your own rules and, like, taking little bits of advice and implement it into your own life, and if it works, then that's amazing.
Our first podcast today will be 5 steps to coming into your feminine energy.
Which is something that we probably both have been working on for a little while now. I know I definitely have.
Yeah.
I think it's one of these things, like, you don't realise you're not in your feminine energy until you're so out of it. And for me, that was, like, my issue. I've, like, had so many, like, changes in my personal life the past 6 to 9 months, and that has made me go a little bit more into my feminine, which I'm so grateful for. I think, like, when you're a business owner, which we both are, and you're constantly, like, so fast paced, trying to, like, get your next fix. And I've definitely found by slowing down and living the soft life, it really helps, like, me going into my feminine energy, and it actually pushed me forward. I've made better life decisions. My life is so much better now that I'm in my feminine energy, and that I can actually be in my feminine energy. I can take the time to, like, go on my nice walks, go for long baths, make decisions on business, and actually sit with myself and think about them.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely, like, slowing down is one thing that I would say.
That's a great thing to know, because my next point is all about self-care. And I think one of those is time management. I think people don't realize how much time can really be involved in self-care. And I think even if it means setting your alarm 10 minutes earlier, it just means if you find that you're chasing your tail every day.
Chasing your tail every day isn't you and your feminine energy.
No.
And this is, like, where people get the misconception. It's like us saying that's not feminine isn't us saying that's not ladylike. That's not what it means. But what it means is to be a woman is to be soft, is to be gentle. If you looked it up, like, looked up the definition of a woman, that's what it would tell you. So rushing about and stuff, like, isn't feminine. So we want to be in our feminine energy so that we can show up as a woman that we want to be.
Absolutely.
So having that extra time in the morning, like, we say all the time, like, we save our morning routines. It's so important to have that. Like, it's, you wake up at, like, what, 6 or something?
Yep, 6 a.m.
Yeah, same. And I feel like that's not early now. Like, it's just not early anymore. And I meditate, I journal. Like, we talk most in the mornings. Like, I know that I can, like, call you or text you or voice note you in the morning.
Yes.
You get the best response.
Absolutely.
And it sets you up for your day.
It does.
It really does.
I would say I always find time to ice roll my face. And I know that's there's a common theme with Rachel and I with most things on this podcast. So her eyes will probably start watering soon.
Yeah, literally, like, I'm just like, oh, that's a sign. But we'll get into all that as well, manifestation and those type of things. But yeah, anytime, like, you'll send me something, it's like you rolling your face, and I'm like, I'm doing that too. Literally, it's crazy. Or she'll look at something and I'm like, I was just about to say that.
I just think is something very little is just getting, even if it's just something in your freezer that's iced up. I don't think it has to be
like an actual ice roller. No.
Anything, right? Even if you had ice in your freezer, get a bowl, fill that with water, and just submerge your face.
Yeah.
It's a game changer because
totally.
It's not every morning I'm waking up like, oh, I cannot wait for today.
Yeah.
But that really wakes me up. It kind of makes me concentrate. And if you look at the scientific facts of starting your day, you'll understand why.
I think like as well with having like that morning routine and having like that time to yourself, it leads us on to our next point, which setting boundaries is like so important. And I've set the boundary of my morning routine doesn't get disrupted. Like my phone's on do not disturb 24/7. Like we love do not disturb, you know. That's our best friend. Literally do not disturb is my best friend.
Yes.
Like my friends hate the fact that my phone's on do not disturb because they try and phone me and they're like, why are you got it on do not disturb? I'm like, because I don't want disturbed, right? But I just think it's so important to set those boundaries and know that your time is so precious, and every conversation is an energy exchange.
Yeah.
And I work a lot with the public, and I am so blessed. My clients, like if any of you are watching this, you know that you are absolute angels, and I just adore the conversations that we have alongside all my friends. Like I don't have anybody, and I can put my hand on my heart and say this, in my life just now, and I won't have anybody in my life that doesn't serve me and that doesn't respect my boundaries. But I think it's so healthy to have that. Like I know, like see, like for talking, like you're like very similar to myself. Like your phone goes on do not disturb, so I wouldn't be phoning you up at 12 o'clock at night, being like jazz. Like you know that you've set that boundary with me, and even the tolerance of like that's your space, and not do that for that to be invaded, you know.
Yeah, it just gives you that time, I think. And for myself, like I do have a partner, I have a dog, like it's just nice for it to go. And by the way, like most of my close friends will know that my phone goes on do not disturb. So if they can't reach me, they're like, oh, it's fine. Jazz has got her do not disturb time. But I think it's just great to kind of, I'm a firm believer in just kind of slowing down your screen time as the day goes on. And I think it's a time to like catch up with my partner, or to go for a long walk with my dog, or just even watch TV, but without doom scrolling. Because
yeah, definitely, I think like having like your boundaries in place, like it is such an important thing. Like I wasn't very good with setting boundaries when I was in certain relationships and friendships and all that type of thing, but I feel like since I've like changes have happened and stuff, like I can set those boundaries so going forward, and also like have my gym routine. Like it's crazy. It's like I probably wouldn't have done that before because I would have been too like like trying to people please, you know. And that's one a whole separate topic, isn't it? People pleasing, because we've been there, haven't we? Like that we're ex people pleasers. So coming from ex people pleasers, we've got a lot of advice to give on that.
Absolutely.
So yeah, I think setting boundaries is like so important.
And I think like Rachel just mentioned about going to a gym, and that really leads us on to my fourth step, and it's pick a hobby, or if you want to learn something new, nothing is stopping you. I think back to last year, I kept seeing these Instagram girls on the reformer beds, and I thought, I want to try that. And I set it as a goal, and I tried reformer Pilates, and that was with Aspire Pilates. Shout out to Danielle, because she is amazing, and all the other teachers as well are just
so sweet, so
lovely. Amazing. So for example, that's what I decided to do as a hobby, but I also go to the gym. I like to listen to music, anything. And I think I'd quite like to maybe start tennis.
Oh my god. Right, this is what I mean. This is what I mean, guys. I literally, when I was on holiday, there was a tennis court, and I said to my wee cousin, I was like, I really, really want to start like tennis or badminton or some sort of like over like, because a person, two people game.
Yes.
I'm like, that is just crazy that you've said that.
My partner will be laughing at this section because he's a pro at tennis, and that'll be another story for another time. But yeah, pick a hobby, because I think what I'm trying to say is it helps you get your own time to yourself, or even if you want to do something with your friends, it will just help you, whether you're on your own or with a partner or living with a friend or living with family, whatever your living situation is, it just gives you time to yourself for a hot however long,
I
you
think
know.
all our points with being in your feminine energy all fold into one, because I feel like setting boundaries, and if you don't set your boundaries, then you can't have your hobby, and I definitely didn't do that before. So I feel like now that I've got my hobbies, like I've been going to the gym, like my job is my hobby, like I just absolutely adore like my job. um so I feel like having those hobbies for yourself is like so
Yes,
important.
absolutely.
I think like as well with being in your feminine energy and how you show up is so important. But I feel
Yes.
like that again, like we always say, these steps, you can't show up as the person that you want to be if you aren't disciplined, if you don't have routine, if you aren't setting boundaries, if you aren't slowing down and living the
Yep.
soft life. You can't show up as this like
Yeah.
confident, like amazing, like powerhouse. And that is definitely something that we want to help you guys like grow into, because we're at the start of our journey as well. But compared to us a year ago, I know
Oh,
me personally, I'm so much more like, I'm just so proud of myself that
yeah.
like how far I've came, and I want to be able to like help other people.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I think back to maybe when I was maybe 14, teen years. And, I never really knew what manifestation was at
Yeah,
that point. But I always would kind of visualize myself, maybe as sort of someone else, but successful. I would just visualize another person and think I would love to be her. And it would be me, but it'd be someone who's confident,
yeah,
someone who's happy, someone who would be okay to speak up every now and then, because I was the shyest person ever.
yeah.
I like the people that knew me around those times will agree. Like people just say I've changed, and I think you do grow, you do change, and that's okay. It's not a negative thing.
Oh no, I feel like
But
one thing that a lot of people are so uncomfortable with is other people changing,
mhm,
because they don't have it in them to change, which again is something
mhm.
else that we will
Oh
speak about.
yeah, yeah.
It's change is a good thing, like if it's a positive change, and like setting your boundaries and showing up as this new
Yes.
identity of yourself. you
Hmm.
you can change at any point. Like, see people that say that, oh, I knew them when they were like this though, but it's like, yeah,
It
you
doesn't
knew me when you
matter.
were like, when I was like this. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
like that anymore, and I'm not
Hmm.
like that now. And I
Yep.
think it's so important to show up as the version that you want to be. You want people to know you as. See if someone new came into your life, how would you want to show up? That's how you should be presenting yourself. If
Yep.
like a new person came into your life and you acted the old you, would they align? Like,
Hmm.
no. So everyone, like, people hate change because they don't want to change within themselves. So if
Hmm.
you want to show up as this like future version of Jazz, future version of Rachel, then like the people that you meet will meet you where you're at.
Absolutely. And that kind of resolves our first podcast really well. But I would like to say, if any of you have your own specific goals, or if you find you want any particular topics spoken about in the podcast, please let us know. I think we're going to have a lot of online presence.
Oh yeah, definitely. Like, we want to be like, we like want to make a stance in like the kind of podcast community, because like we love like other podcasts, and like
Yes.
we want to be like involved in all that. So
Yes.
I think like we'll have like all our social media platforms. We
Hmm.
want to vlog. Like, we literally just want to show like we feel that there's something, this burning passion within us, that
Yeah.
like we have this kind of higher power almost that we
Yeah.
want to share. So
Hmm.
yeah, I think coming across like we like, yeah, I think helping others is like our main point.
Yeah, because I just think I wish I had something like this when I
Yeah,
wasn't like this.
yeah. Oh yeah,
Uh,
I feel like, but this is what's got us to where we're
uh-huh.
at, is through listening to these types of
Yeah.
podcasts and stuff. So yeah, definitely, like, if anyone's got any suggestions at all on topics that they want us to go over, or like they want to give us like ask us any questions, anything like that, then we'd be so up for answering those.
I would love to get to a point where we have a little time in the podcast and we just anything you want us to discuss, it will be an open book, won't it?
For sure. We just want to say thank you so much for listening and can't wait to see you in the next one.
Thank you.
Bye guys.
Bye.